Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. Today we're going to talk all about my favorite books. I love to read. A lot of you guys probably know that. I've talked about some of my favorite books in previous videos, kind of like here and there, but I wanted to do a fully dedicated video to some of my favorite books so that can be a good resource for you guys. I actually read at night just before I go to bed, and it's not only a very soothing and relaxing thing for me to do, but it just fills me up with so much information, knowledge, inspiration, wisdom, and just motivation for the next day. There are so many books that I love and that have had such an impact on me, but for this video I just want to condense it. I have 7 books that I'm going to talk to you about today, and I don't want to go too deep into them because we would sit here forever and ever and talk. But my goal with this video is to just give you guys a good introduction to some of these books, and then if something sparks your interest, you can go and read more about it and maybe buy the book if you're interested. The first book that I want to talk about is one that I've mentioned in a few of my other videos, and it is from Oprah Winfrey. It's called What I Know for Sure. I first listened to this book in June of last year, so of 2018, and it is so good. I listened to it on Audible, but then I also got the hard copy. There was just so many things that I kept writing down in my notes app. When I'm listening to a book, I do like to make notes, and it just got to a point where I was like, I need to buy the book so that I can make actual notes and highlight within the book. And that's something that I recommend. Always have a highlighter with you when you're reading books so you can capture the really good information and the things that are calling out to you. This book for me is, I would say it's equivalent to having a really good conversation with an old friend, with my mom, with like a fairy godmother or something. She's just full of wisdom, and it's so relatable. It's quite funny and lightweight, but she still goes into really deep topics and important topics as well. Topics like self-love, self-acceptance, gratitude, and even work ethic, and really staying true to yourself. It's also a little bit of a memoir, so she kind of goes back into her earlier life and talks about how she was once a news reporter and how she got into doing the Oprah show and how it was completely unplanned. It was actually because she was fired from another job and they put her on a talk show, and she ended up loving it, and then she became pretty much the biggest talk show host in the world. A book that was actually mentioned in the What I Know for Sure book is from Gary Zukav. It's called Seat of the Soul. This book had such an amazing effect on my life, and it really opened a different facet. It allowed for me to think in a different way when it comes to the soul and energies and why we're here. It's a very deep book, but one of the main things that I really loved from this book was when he talks about love versus fear, and how pretty much every decision, everything that we think about in life, every action that we take, every word that we say, every interaction that we have, it can either come from love or fear. He talks about how we're all here to grow, to learn, to develop, and how our soul wants to expand and to grow in consciousness. But if we're constantly living in fear and we feel restricted and we're not going after the things that we want, the growth cannot happen. And for growth to happen, we have to lead with love. We have to be open. We have to be receiving. Something else that I love he talks about is intention. And he talks about how with anything that you do, it can be relating to an interaction that you have with a friend or a project that you're working on, or even how you choose to start your day. It's all about intention, because then you are directing your energy into that and you're focusing on what you want. A quote that I really liked about intention, he said, "Every action, thought, and feeling is motivated by an intention, and that intention is a cause that exists as one with an effect." So basically, with every intention you have, you're already presetting the effect that you want. And then he goes into saying we are held responsible for our every action, thought, and feeling, which is to say for our every intention. So at the beginning of all of our actions and results come intention. What is your intention? He also talks about authentic empowerment, which I love. He writes, "This is a book about authentic empowerment, the alignment of the personality with the soul. what that involves, how it happens, and what it creates. Moving on, we're going to switch gears a little bit. I want to talk about a book that is really good if you are a creative person, if you have this internal urge to create something, whether it's writing or music, or you want to start a business or make a YouTube channel or any entrepreneurial venture. The War of Art by Steven Pressfield is an amazing book. And this book, for me, he really broke it down. He identifies the struggle that it can often take to make moves on what you want as resistance. And he talks about it as almost as if it's like a person, and shows you how to overcome this resistance. And he talks about how it's not always about the fruit of the labor, but it's more about doing the work, and the doing of the work is what you should be rewarding yourself with, and not just the end result. It's very straight to the point. It's no BS. It's really like a good kick in the butt if you are a creative person. I think we're all creative in some shape or form, so I think everyone would benefit from this book, and it's definitely one of my favorites and something that I would highly recommend. Another really great book, this is actually one that I read at the end of 2018, beginning of 2019. This is called You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. I would say this is a really good introduction to self-development, to learning how to cultivate more self-love, more self-acceptance, even more self-awareness. And she also goes into the law of attraction here. So she talks about how it works, how to implement it into your own life, and she does it all in a really funny and lightweight and like humorous kind of way. I found myself laughing a lot of times during this book. Again, I would say it's just like having a really good conversation with a friend, with a mentor, with someone you look up to. And what I really liked about this as well is that she identifies a lot of the common like thought processes and negative things that can be spinning in our head, and she talks about how to first of all be aware of them, and then what to replace them with to ultimately make you feel better so you can do better and take better action. Plus, it's a fairly quick read. It's not a very long book. I did also listen to this on Audible, and Jen Sincero herself narrates the book, which I think is always a bonus when the author reads it, because then you really feel like, you know, you're having a conversation, and I think you just get a little bit more out of the book when the author reads it. So this is another one that I would highly recommend. Another one of my favorite books is Big Magic from Elizabeth Gilbert. She's the one who wrote Eat, Pray, Love back in, I think it was like 2009 or so. This is another really good, like straight to the point, no BS book about creativity. She talks about how when we have these little intuitions of creative energy, of creative ideas, that they are like little gifts from the universe, and how not everything has to be perfect and has to be awarded and, you know, be a bestseller or win a bunch of rewards and accolades. A lot of the times people who are creative, they have to create just to create, and not have that expectation that it's going to be something grand and marvelous. Although of course that's always a nice thing, but I think for myself as well, being a creative person, I want to let go of the perfectionism of something. The reward is the doing. It's again quite similar to the concept in Steven Pressfield's book, The War of Art. She does also talk about fear, and there's actually one quote in here that still kind of like sits in the back of my mind sometimes. She talks about how fear and, you know, doubting yourself is such a normal part of any creative venture. But she says something like she accepts that her fear is going to be there, that it's going to be around, but the fear is not going to be driving the car. The fear is going to be in the back seat, and she and her creative idea and her passion, that's what's going to be driving the car. And I like thinking of it like that as well, because I think it's sometimes a little bit unrealistic to completely, you know, remove fear from the situation. I think our ego has a really firm grip on fear, and if we want to like completely remove it and we put all of that energy towards it to remove it, we can actually end up feeding it more. But if we just accept that it's sometimes going to be around and that's okay, but it's not going to be driving the car. So that was something that stuck with me from this book, and just in general, it's a really good read. I think I read this in like 3 days or so. I really enjoyed it, and I made lots of notes and highlighted a lot of parts in this book. So this is another one that I would highly recommend. The next book that I want to talk about is an incredible one from Dr. Joe Dispenza. He actually was in a documentary way back in the day. It was called What the Bleep Down the Rabbit Hole, and that documentary changed my life. That was like a pivotal moment in my life. I think I was 21 years old, something like that. That documentary was all about energy and thought and the scientific approach to it. So it talked about like how if you again zoom into anything, whether it's your arm, a chair, water, we're all made of tiny molecules that are vibrating, and how our thoughts and therefore our energy can literally create things and create our reality. But anyway, this is one of his, I believe it's one of his newer books. It's called Becoming Supernatural: How Common People Are Doing the Uncommon. I would say this is one of the best scientific explanations and demonstrations of how meditations work and how changing the energy in our body can heal our body and can change our life. This is all science and research based, and I love the diagrams in here as well because they basically measure the electromagnetic field around your body pre and post meditations, and he explains how we all have different brain length waves, and when we are in certain brain length waves, what that does to our body. I will do some inserts of some of the diagrams in here, but it's truly incredible. And I'm the type of person that I enjoy, you know, hearing different theories and exploring the world of spirituality and of energies and things like that. But this book is really showing you black and white how the body works, how you can change your energy and eventually heal yourself if you do have something that you want to heal within your body. It could also just be, you know, improving the quality of your life, your thoughts and your emotions and your habits and your way of living. This book is really good for that. If you are more of like the science-based type of person and you want to know exactly how things work, like I often do, then this is a really great book. Those are the books that I wanted to talk to you guys about in this video. There are so many more that have impacted my life, but I don't want to overwhelm this video with too much information, so I will definitely do a part 2 of this in a couple of months. But I hope this was a good introduction for you guys, and let me know below if you've read any of these books that I mentioned. Let me know what you thought of them, and also let me know what your favorite books are. I'm always up for reading a really good book, so definitely let me know down below. I hope you guys are all having a beautiful day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Mwah. Bye guys.